Hey everybody, welcome back to Tenza Motorsports. Today we're going to be putting some MaxpeedingRod coilovers, that's this box right here behind me, on this 1994 Honda Civic. Now this isn't just any old boring Honda Civic. This has been upgraded to a K20. Somebody has swapped a K20 into this car, put the appropriate transmission and everything in it. It's an absolute blast to drive. Well, it is on original suspension. So this suspension is 30 years old, which is kind of crazy to say that 94 was 30 years ago, but it is now over 30 years old and it's starting to get pretty sloppy. The other thing is this car does have some slightly oversized wheels and tires on it, and it rubs a little bit. So we're gonna be putting this suspension on the car. We're showing you how to do it. It's not a difficult process like most vehicles. Swapping out the suspension on a vehicle is really just a couple bolts on the top and the bottom. The harder vehicles, when you start doing suspension, are either running like air ride, or it's just a lot of interior to take out to get to some of the bolts in the rear. Before we get into unboxing, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Like if you enjoy this type of content. Also make sure to check us out on Instagram, Tenza_Motorsports. So opening up the box, looks like we have the instruction manual. Here's your spanner wrenches. We've got a sticker and then some Allen keys here. So here is one of the coilovers. I'm not sure if this is the front or the rear yet, just unboxing it as we go along. What's nice about this is you do get to adjust your spring rate and your ride height completely separate. So this one right here, as you spin this up and down, will control your ride height. And this right here will control your spring rate. And then this is a locking collar. And then this one locks against this main body here at the bottom. Your top adjusts the rebound, your stiffness. You can soften or tighten that up. And then it comes with new hardware, which is nice. Some inexpensive suspension doesn't. It is nice to have new hardware on this kit here. As always, we'll have everything shown in this video linked down in the description below. And if you use this discount code here, you can get a discount off your next order. Let's go and open up the rest of the coilovers. What the plan is right now is to have the car run roughly the same ride height, but then it'll be a little bit stiffer. And then that way, when we do start to put some, lateral G's, some cornering in there, we're not sitting there rubbing the tire tread off on the fenders and making noise and damaging things. So that's the plan with these right now. We're now going to go over to the car. We'll get the old ones off and put the new ones on and show you how easy this is to install. All right, so here we are on the passenger front. This is a super simple process. So the first thing we're gonna be doing, remove the wheel. Once we're to this point, you've got 1, 2, 3, and 4 bolts to remove these brake lines. Now that we've got the brake line removed, we'll kind of pull it out of the way here. We've got a couple bolts here. You've got one here at the top, just behind here, and it comes out from this side, and that is a 14 millimeter. And then we've got 2 at the bottom of the yoke, which is just out of camera view down here by my fingers. We'll be removing that, and I'll show that here in a second. Well, apparently it's like impossible to get my camera back in there, but there will be a bolt like this in the bottom. It's a 17 millimeter on both sides, a nut and a bolt that'll come out of the bottom of this wishbone, and the 14 millimeter comes out of the top. And then once you have those bolts out, you should be able to remove the wishbone. We will be reusing this wishbone, so hold on to this. There's a bit of a modification you have to do. It's not to the wishbone, it's to one of the new parts, and I'll show you that in just a moment. So now we're going to move up top and just remove the 2 14 millimeter bolts holding in the strut from the engine bay. Here's your strut from below now that it's all loose, and all we're going to do is just kind of fish this out of here. Here's a new coilover. We're going to be removing the hardware so we can take it up to the engine bay. And before we put this in, we just made sure that both sides were equal measurements. All right, so I just have the top nuts just hand tight, just so it stays there. And we'll come back through and torque those down. And now I'm going to show you the only modification you have to do on this entire kit. It might be a little bit hard to see, but the bottom of this is actually slightly too small for the old wishbone here. So what you have to do is you slide this adapter plate in there. Is that when you run the bolt back through, there isn't a notch. So what we're going to be doing is running something through this, a bolt or something like that. But you don't want to run it all the way through because it'll actually strip the bolt out, like a smaller bolt or something like that, and just tap on it. And that way it'll just barely scratch this sleeve. And when we pull the sleeve back out, we'll see where we need to grind. The factory suspension, if you see here, there's just a little tiny notch there. That's all we're doing. So here is the sleeve fully seated into the wishbone. And I have a bolt here. I'm going to slide that in there. And that will actually show us where it needs to sit. So I'm just going to tap on this. This is just a spare bolt, just something that doesn't matter if I damage the threads on it. Now, and I can actually see, you probably won't be able to see it on camera, but I can actually see that there's a mark in there. So now what I'll do is I'll remove this sleeve from the wishbone. Here is our little mark. It's very hard to see on camera, but it's right there. And all I'm going to be doing is taking, you can use an angle grinder, you can use a file. Heck, if you found a 90-degree piece of concrete, you could probably just run this along there. We just need to make a little tiny divot in this so the bolt can pass through. So this is what mine looks like. It's not the prettiest thing, but you can see now we've got a spot for the bolt to pass through. And all we'll do now is put this back into the wishbone and make sure that this lines up with where the bolt's going to run. Now we're ready to put all this back together. If you want your brake lines to sit where they used to, MaxpeedingRods does include this color here. We'll slide this up on there like this. Make sure you want to do that before having all this put back together. Moving on to the rear of the vehicle, this is pretty simple as well. After removing your wheel, you will now undo this nut and bolt and then this bolt. Remove both of those. That allows this lower control arm to swing down. Then we'll move up into the trunk to remove the upper mounting hardware. Two 14mm nuts on the top. After removing the carpet, you just pull the carpet away from the siding and the suspension should drop. All right, from here, we'll push down on this control arm and slide the suspension out. After measuring and making sure that the new suspension is the same length and height and spring rate as the other side, we'll now get this ready to go into the car. Now that we have all 4 coilovers in the vehicle, I want to talk about a quick setup for these. And this is just kind of like my personal opinion. And obviously it's your system. You can set it up however you think you want to. But for me, we do this. I take the original strut next to this coilover and I take about 2 to 2.5 inches off. The reason is because we know that this is going to be stiffer. So at 2.5 inches shorter, this is still roughly stock ride height. The next thing we do is we loosen both of these collars until the spring's just kind of just sitting in there. Then once you run this collar up until the spring stops moving, then we tighten it up about 1/2 inch. So if you're measuring from here to here, you would then bring that up 1/2 inch. So there's your ride height, there's your spring, And then the only other thing we do is your dampening settings, we do half. So if you've got 12-way dampening, then you tick it all the way one way and come back 6. This one had 24, so we ticked it all the way one way, came back 12. This car is pretty easy to do in the rear. One thing on this vehicle is the front suspension, which we'll go over here in just a moment. The front of this car, as many of you may know if you're watching this and you're a Honda guy, this is in the way. So if you are tuning this, you really want to make sure you get this right the first couple times, or you'll just come in here and bust your knuckles on this every time you go to adjust it. But if you can get your spring correct and you like the way it rides, then you can just leave this alone and only work with the ride height. I really appreciate everybody so much for watching. Comments or questions down in the comment section below. There will be a part 2 on this vehicle where we go and take it for a test drive, talk about our thoughts and feelings. I have this set up exactly like we just talked about earlier. 1/2 inch here, 2 inches shorter than the original suspension, and the dampening in the middle position. And that's how we're gonna drive it around for a little bit, see what we think. And again, stay tuned for part 2. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see everybody in the next video.
Bam!